Hello, folks. How we are here today? This is Friday, the 26th of June. Man, we almost in July. Fucking half a year's gone by already. Damn. Just crossed my screen that the U.S. has sent they folks over there to bomb Iran again. I don't know if it's true or not, but you can't believe some of this shit coming out of these American news media folks. I haven't saw anybody else pop anything across the screen, so maybe something happened and they just exaggerating it. A sitcom said something about that shit and everything, and it ain't fucking true.
But did
But
you hear? I mean, I don't know how true it is. I've been trying to find information on it, but they said that Iran uh, attacked American carrier or something, blew it up.
I didn't hear that yet. I did hear that they attacked a ship that was trying to get through the strait and everything, and they sent about four missiles and stuff into it, and one of them hit the control deck and everything at on the ship. And I guess the ship turned back around and said, "Fuck this shit. We ain't gonna we ain't gonna try to traverse it just because the Americans say it's open." But that's the only thing I heard. Unless, but you never can tell, man, what the hell going on. There's some crazy shit happening over
But
there
they
right
ain't
now.
telling us shit, bro.
Yeah, some crazy stuff happening over there. And then you don't know if anything is true because these motherfuckers, man, they will lie, and everybody's starting to lie. They done caught Marco Rubio in a lie yesterday. He set up there on the stage and said, "No, mine didn't say they were going to collect any money, and they can't do it anyway because it's unintenable. They can't do that. It's just unrealistic that they can do it, knowing that Iran has already started collecting shit. They already started. They collecting money from a whole bunch of folks now, and they letting they ship through, letting them go through. And he's talking, and then Oman turned around the next day and said, "Yeah, me and Iran are we are buddies in this whole thing and everything. As soon as we get our stuff together, then they can come down our side of the coast and everything, and they'll be able to get through on our side too at the same time." So, but the Oman side is closed, but the Iran side is open. So I guess Oman is trying to get they stuff together so they can start charging folks too. So
No,
they haven't got the complete toll charges together, but they don't have they card that they can stick in the window and pass through the oh man, I'm sorry.
well, think about this, Ed. There was a time there was fear in those oil people's eyes. We were threatening. In fact, pretty much the whole world was threatening to, uh, use have EVs all over the world. And knucklehead Trump shut everything down. Ford was getting ready to do, 50% of their business was going to be EVs. They shut that down. California was demanding that, all cars in California be EVs. China, we know what they're doing. They got EVs. They got thousands of EVs riding up and down the street.
hmm
Millions. And according to you, you claim that they got one of the best EVs in the world.
They do. All the other countries outside the United States, man, they already prove it. They already said it. They got the best cars. BYD makes the
So,
best cars,
so here we are.
and they're cheap, and they're not expensive as the Teslas are.
But here we are. Um, you got Elon Musk. Something must be going on with this Tesla thing, bro, because he was selling hundreds of thousands of cars. So they must have bumped him out of that, bro. Or
Well,
convinced him to not to expand or something. I
Well,
said, I don't know, because he was dealing with China for a while and doing making a lot of money, in China. So it's hard to figure out what these people are trying to do and what they're doing because they're not giving us all the information. You try to look on these business channels and find out what they're doing and what they're trying to do, and they're deliberately buying up all these houses. And I'm gonna go back to my old saying. I believe that they don't give a shit because they know over 200 million people in America are just new Americans. They just got off the boat 50, 60 years ago. They don't give a shit. This is old money. The people that's been around and got a little money, that 20%, old money.
well, from my personal experience with that, this money is coming from Wall Street. These big companies out there with all this money, BlackRock and all of them, they're the ones that's got this money. And there's a few Chinese companies out there doing it because, like I said, I get yesterday I got 7 calls, 7 to buy each one of my houses. And most of these people and stuff who call, they are folks and stuff who that these companies and stuff have given them unlimited amount of money and stuff and everything, and they want to buy your property. They make a profit off of it, and the billionaires and stuff up there on Wall Street and everything, they take the property and put it into a portfolio, and then they're gonna sell it off. Once they get enough of homes, then they'll sell it off to their friends. I even had a Mexican guy call me from Arizona. he and I
Damn.
almost had he and I almost had a deal going on, brother. I'm telling you, this guy was from Arizona. That's how I found out most of this stuff because he and I got to be friends. He started telling me, yeah, we get our money from these folks over here and everything, and like, we make our little money off of buying these homes and stuff. The more homes we get, the more money we make. So that's why they out there hustling themselves up. Get because that their money is there. They get a profit off of whatever they get. So they want to buy these homes, and the money is unlimited. I
Well,
mean,
think about what Trump just did. You know what that bill was about: limiting these corporations from buying these swabs of homes.
well, I think Trump getting his money from other places. Most of his money, they said, comes from crypto. He's getting most of his money from the crypto. At least that's what most of these financial folks are saying. That his money comes from crypto, and they have bought into several different companies and stuff out there. Supposedly the government, but it could be Trump that's buying that stuff. I don't know. Nobody knows. And he, like they said, his brother, his sons and stuff, they got some 200 and some $1 million contract from the federal government through
No, they
the
got they got they got billions, bro.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're getting money from everywhere, from everywhere. They're getting contracts from the government, all kind of stuff. And the grip is flowing, man, and nobody's stopping it. And you listening to these fools up there on Capitol Hill, and nobody wants to say anything about it. None of the Republicans. They out there in full strength. Well, Trump know what he's doing. We trust him. He's going to get this stuff done. I didn't know, Ted, that the Pete Hetzel had just made a request to the Congress for another 380 some $billion and stuff and everything for the military to take them through until the end of the year.
Damn.
He just requested it a couple of days ago. We need 380 some $billion to make it through until the end of the year. They done went through $1.5 trillion already, I guess. Now they need another 300 and some billion, 380 some $1 billion to make it through to the end of the year. But most of the folks in Congress hasn't said a whole lot about it and everything because they got to pass it through the Senate through the reconciliation process. And according to what I've been hearing, in the reconciliation process, the Congress has to find $380 billion of cuts. They got to cut
Mm.
380 some $1 billion out of our whatever they have already appropriated. Now the House doesn't know where the cuts are coming from. The only one that knows who got the cuts and everything is the majority is the Speaker of the House. Now the Senate and stuff haven't said anything about it. John Thune and stuff with the majority leader and stuff, he had opened his mouth because it looked like he's trying to hold off and not even get it because he knows it's going to be a mess trying to get it through the Senate. Another 380 some $1 billion plus they got to pass it through reconciliation, and they're going to have to make some cuts, and nobody knows where those cuts are going to be at. They're just going to be devastating. There's a mess going on. Now, I know you guys and stuff saw it. They got a Trump did something. He had a, I guess he going back and trying to do what most of these states and stuff, at least the states up north, I know do it. Every state up north has a county fair, state
Mm.
fair. They have a state fair, and in the state fair, everybody comes in and they got their booths and everything, and they got their little pigs and their little hogs and their little cattle and everything, and they trying to, they got a little dance going on, hold down and stuff with all the folks and everything. It's a big thing up north, I know, because I've been to Illinois, Indiana, I've been to both of those, and man, those are big things and stuff there. So I guess Trump decided he want to have it over there in Washington D.C. Well, they thought they had started it today. Nobody showed up.
Really?
Nobody showed up. Nobody. None of the states. You asked each one of the states to come there and have a booth. They didn't show up.
Mm.
Now they already knew that there's about 20 states, I guess, and most of them was up north. We're not going to be there. They already said we ain't coming, but they was hoping that the other states in the South and other things would bring a booth there.
Not even the people in the South.
They ain't have nobody from the South come with that. Nope. I tell you, I say it. They show pictures of it. Nobody showed up. The place is empty. There's a few people there who had some booths going on, and wasn't nobody there. The electricity went out on one of the booths, and they had this big ice cream stand and stuff sitting there, and they said all the damn ice cream melted.
Damn.
This summer guy trying to get the 250-year celebration, Ted. He tried to get it through, and he wanted to be the big dog on the block, man. But every time he make a turn, man, something bad happens to him. And a lot of people
You
did.
can't
Even so,
shame this man. You can't embarrass him.
yeah, even a lot of these red state folks, man, they saying that shit. We ain't coming to that bull crap. Yeah, our people got to eat. We ain't even got enough money to feed our own damn people. They done cut out food stamps to some of these folks. They saying, Ted, that 1 in 4 people, children in this country who are on food stamps and stuff is going to be hungry. They're going to starve to death because they done cut them out. They having a big fight up there on Capitol Hill, man. The Democrats and stuff are trying to beat these folks up, man. They're going to cut all this stuff out, and then this people are hurting real bad. Even in these red states, they hurting real bad. But they trying to defend Trump, man. The Republicans have been difficult time defending him. Difficult time. After he cussed them out, and everything. The Senate went back and did a provocatory or remission vote or whatever, and the people who voted against him and stuff voted with him at that time. It was a symbolic vote, didn't mean shit, but they went ahead to vote anyway, so they can pacify him. He cussed them out. Oh man, this is
I don't
this,
know what you want to call it, man. You know, it's worse than a
this,
clown show.
man, you can't make this shit up. This is too
This
much.
shit is worse than a clown show, bro.
Man, I'm gonna try to tell you people, y'all folks out there, you can't make this shit up. We can't make this up. All this shit is true.
Worse than a clown show.
Now, JD Vance and them are back, and Trump and sent JD to somewhere to defend him, and now they're saying that this man got up in front of the audience and said, Watergate wasn't shit.
Not to compare what he's doing.
He said Watergate wasn't shit. He said, shit, we're in a new day and age. Watergate wasn't shit. Oh, man, I can't
I was
believe
telling
that.
my wife last night or this morning that the gangsters have taken over. They have taken over, bro. The gangsters have taken over all over the world, really. The gangsters have taken over. Um, you know, when you have a gangster that's in charge of everything, they got the nerve enough, that Blanche guy, and they talking about they're going to confirm him. This man did so many things that's nefarious, not only in his personal life, but since he's been the assistant DOJ, as well as the acting. And now they're talking about he's going to get confirmed.
He ain't gonna make it.
Well, this is what they're saying. They're saying that if they find somebody else, he's going to be worse.
Nah, they're not gonna. He's not gonna. I think uh, the Republicans are going to take and slow walk him. He has to pass through the Judiciary Committee, and they're going to slow walk him. Even if he, even if he gets to being asked to come before the Judiciary Committee, they know that the Democrats is chomping at the bit, man. They're going to make him look like an absolute crook. They got enough dirt on him, man, that they not. He's going to be embarrassed if he comes before the Judiciary Committee. Absolutely embarrassed. And they know that the Democrats are waiting on him. They got and they stacking up more evidence against him. He got some serious questions to answer. Serious. They're going to make him look like a fool. Some of that stuff and everything is damn near criminal.
Well, you got to get that.
Nope.
And I tell you,
I told you that's them people, man. I get 7, 8 calls a day, man, to buy my property. That's them.
you know what it is. They don't want no black folks owning no property.
And they get white folks too, man. They ain't just getting me. I talk to my folks, my neighbors and shit, man. They call them up too. They calling them up too. Everybody getting called. Them people, they don't care black, white, purple, Mexican, or whatever. They want your property. They want to get as much as they can. And they after me, man. Every time I said no, 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 there's some more calling me up. Then them gooks will call me up. About 4 or 5 of them will call me up. They want it. You want to sell your, have you want to sell that? Have you got another piece of property you want to sell? No, no, no. Nope. Anyway, it's going to be hard, Ted, to get that man through. And I know them people there, them Republicans know that it's going to be a mess trying to get him through. They thought that Pam Bondi and all the rest of them and stuff were horrible and bad. This man, he going to embarrass them. I mean, totally embarrass them. So that's why I figured they're going to he's going and talking to a lot of those Republicans and stuff now. They he's going through that process of going and talking with them. But I think what they're trying to do and stuff and everything is that they're trying to keep him from being totally embarrassed and stuff. And I know that some of the Republicans are telling him, say, hey man, your confirmation process is going to be it's going to be awful. It's going to be awful. There's so much bad stuff on him, man, that he done commit some crimes that he gonna have to defend, forging them people's name on them documents and stuff and everything. That's a crime.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do. That's they're gonna bring that up. You forged them documents, and these people are suing you for forging them documents. I don't know how you gonna make it. Anybody who's saying that he's gonna be confirmed and stuff, they pipe dreaming. If
Well,
they
that's why he
confirm,
wants to do anything and everything that Donald Trump asked him to do
yeah,
because
but
he's looking for a partner.
well, the best thing that he can do, how you going to put a criminal up there as attorney general? He's attorney general, he's a prosecutor for the United States government. He's a criminal. And all they're going to do and stuff and everything, he's stupid for doing that because the case against him is still going on. For that forgery case, it's still going on. It's still in the court system.
Ed, let me tell you something. This right here is like everything is always look over here, not over here. And I think this is what's going on right now, bro. When Elon Musk became a trillionaire on paper, and if you notice that he's been sort of kind of low key, and there is always infighting that we don't know about, jealousy, envy, malice. And when you look at Ellison, the guy from Oracle, you look at the guy from Amazon, you look at some of the others, they were top dogs at one time. You look at the guy that's got Facebook, Meta. All these people are looking at this and they're saying, what the hell is going on? And he's getting all these government contracts, subsidies. So when you get that kind of money and power at your fingertips, Elon Musk can do just about anything he wants to. And that's what they're looking at. We ain't hearing it because they're distracting us from everything, the Iran war and what's going on there and that kind of stuff. They don't give a shit about that. They don't give a shit about that because, number one, Iran know that the United States is not going to use the nuclear war on them because if they do, China and Russia are going to raise their head. But what I'm thinking that this is a money power grab, a money power grab. The reason why Donald Trump got any kind of say so is because He was elected president of the United States. That's why he don't even pay attention to the Senate, the House. He do what the hell he want to do. That's what I believe, man. This right here is an infighting. There's some infighting going on, and a lot of these billionaires, especially Elon Musk, he's putting his money everywhere, man. He's got his money in everything. But he'll have a say so in a lot of these different corporations too.
Well, I don't think that they really, at this point, I don't think Elon is concerned about the election and stuff here in the United States. He got his tentacles, man, in everywhere now. He's not even only in the United States. His tentacles is international right now, and he is not as concerned with this election as he was getting Donald Trump in office to be elected. You've been
I think he
noticing,
regrets putting
you,
Donald Trump in office.
huh?
I think he regrets it.
In a way, he does. In a way, he does. Starting in because Donald Trump threw him under the bus, and he didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. Donald threw him under the bus, so he's and you know Elon, he's one of them those South African Dutch folks and stuff, and they hold grudges for a long time. He ain't letting Donald out of his sight, but he using them and stuff for what he can use them for. But I do believe since he done passed that $1 trillion mark and stuff as the wealthiest man in the world and stuff and everything, and ain't nobody nowhere near close to him at all, and they probably never will be. He he got every daggone thing he wants, and he controls whatever the hell he wants to control now. He got enough money to do it, so he's not concerned with this election going on in the United States. Donald Trump is. He's concerned about the election here in the United States. So he may just want Donald to lose the damn thing to just be a lame duck there for these next 2 years and stuff and be screwed real bad because of what the hell he did to him. But the
That's a
rest of them,
possibility. That's a possibility.
yeah. But the rest of them, you know what's going on there? They got a ballot measure going on in California, and they want to add an extra tax to these billionaires. Uh, the governor kind of started the whole thing, but he realized, I guess, the money and stuff and everything, the money folks in Silicon Valley uh, kind of convinced him and said, "Hey, you get this stuff going on, we're gonna leave out of this daggone state." So he backed up off of it. Well, there were some other people out there and stuff and everything that these money folks couldn't control, and they got the damn thing on the ballot. So in November, they're going to be voting to find out if they're going to add another 4 or 5% tax and stuff on billionaires. These billionaires, man, ain't gonna like that shit. Adding that tax to them, and if California starts doing it, we're stopping the rest of these daggone states like New York, Illinois, and all the rest of them and stuff from putting the ballot issue on there and adding tax to them, and California can do it. So you got something like that going on. They're gonna put up a big ass fight, man, to stop that. We'll find out how strong these billionaires are and stuff. But that California vote is coming in November.
Let me change the subject right quick. I've been listening to a lot of these activists, people that are very astute, very aware of what's going on. They understand that the poor people are in a bad, bad situation, bro. Because you just said it, a lot of people don't have food stamps. Their food stamps have been cut. Um, the housing situation is a mess. And when the Supreme Court just eliminated or gave permission to have the Haitians evacuated from America. Their time is up. So you got that going on, and then let's don't forget that ICE is still out there imprisoning undocumented people, children, families, treating them like shit. And I was thinking to myself, by being a, you know, fairly compassionate person, very, I don't have a lot of money, I can't do nothing, I can't get out there and do anything or what have you. But I have empathy and sympathy for people and concern. Not, I have a certain kind of feeling that, that, I woke up this morning and I said, man, the first thing popped in my mind is how those people are being treated. I woke up this morning and, the earthquake that happened. They're saying that upward to 600 people have already died, got killed,
that they
and
know of, that
that
they
they
know of.
know of, and it might be even more in the
It,
hundreds
it,
of thousands.
they think it's going to be a hell of a lot more because if you look at those pictures and stuff that they've been coming out of that country, man, that earthquake would did some of those, and these are big, tall apartment buildings and stuff, man, the condominium buildings and stuff, and all of them, man, the whole sides of them are gone. So on the inside, there's a whole lot of people, man, living inside them buildings. It don't look good.
But just think about this, and I can only think about not the last when Trump been in office, but I'm talking about when Biden was in office and when Obama was in office. He had rescue people all over, sent them all over the world. When things like that happen, immediately, some kind of way they got that money to get those people over to help those people. When they had floods, earthquakes, hurricanes, stuff was right, it was right on. Now, you don't see it no more, bro. You don't see it. You do not
They,
see any of that stuff that's going on right now. What is America doing to help people?
we can't even help our own people, Ted. Not even going outside this country.
That's
They
exactly what I'm
they
talking
they
about.
they asked the Homeland Security Secretary of Homeland Security because Trump moved FEMA under the Homeland Security, and every time the Homeland Security Secretary comes before the Congress, they ask him, "Are you getting rid of FEMA?" And most of the secretaries won't answer that question because they know that that's their directive. Trump has demanded that they get rid of FEMA, and we've had a bunch of disasters and stuff too. We done had tornadoes to come through and tear up people's homes and stuff and everything. They just had one come through Indiana, man, tore these folks' houses up. There's one lady and stuff they showed on the television and stuff and everything. She was sitting up there, the whole house, man, was destroyed completely. It was gone. The whole house was gone. The only thing they had was the basement, and all her furniture and everything was sitting out there. And I felt sorry for that lady, Ted, because she said a month before that thing happened, they had to cancel their homeowners policy. She
Mm,
didn't have insurance to even help to fix up, put her home back because they couldn't pay the premiums.
mm.
And they can't depend on because FEMA hadn't even showed up. Trump don't even he doesn't even acknowledge, man, that these people are having trouble, especially in these red states, because most of these tornadoes and stuff and bad storms are coming through these red states: Oklahoma, Indiana, Missouri, Arkansas. Those red states. They don't even acknowledge them. Those are his MAGA folks, the people who put him in office.
We're living in a different era now, bro.
A different era. And I'm going to say this, and I'm hoping that people out there realize that there are things going on out there that nobody is talking about unless you go deep into if you go on the internet, you got to change your algorithms and stuff to find out exactly what the hell is happening because there's a lot of things that's coming on that you can't find out because YouTube, they invite people to come on and put their stuff on, and a lot of people not on Substack yet, and a couple of other those media folks sites out there that they can put the information on. But there's things going on out in this country, man, that people are not even talking about that's going to influence what's going to happen. Pete Buttigieg, he has made, I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea what's going on, but he's quietly going into these red states and he is having a huge effect and stuff on those daggone red state folks, man. I'm telling you. He is now going in there and endorsing Democratic candidates in these red states. And these places and stuff where he's showing up are packed to the gills with these MAGA folks.
Did you hear what he said? What happened to him?
Mm-mm.
There was this happened some months ago, and he just wrote about it. That he was, I guess he was at some conference, and some lady lied, or anyway, this was an anonymous call, and I forget the name of what they call it, swatting, I think it's called. You know how they'll call the police on somebody that they doing
Yep.
drugs and it's a lie.
Yep.
Well, they had a conversation with the Children's and Family Services and called and said that I had a conversation with Pete Buttigieg saying how he was treating his kids, which was not right. And so they sent the Children and Family Services and the police to his home, and they snatched the kids up, and he could not talk to them or see them until they interviewed the children.
He spoke about them in one of in this last thing he did he's in Missouri and stuff, working with this congressional candidate and stuff and everything, Democrat congressional candidate, and the guy's black. And he's running for office in a almost majority white area. And he spoke about his children. He spoke about him, how he deals with his children. Yes, he watches them, makes sure they go to bed at night, talks to them and everything, and he gives them all kinds of things. And people in the audience and stuff were very impressed by it. I was wondering why he did that. Now I
Well,
know.
that's part of the reason why, because it's
Yeah.
whoever the
Yep.
anonymous call came in, and they took that person's word for it,
Hmm.
which they lied.
That's probably
This is
why he
what
did
they
it.
do, bro.
This is
This is
what they
what they
do.
do.
Yeah.
They can set you up.
Yep. And because they don't like what the hell he's doing. But
And
he is
by
he
being gay, you understand what I'm saying?
absolutely. I understand because I'm looking at it because he talks about it. He got his wedding band on his finger and everything. Yes, he said, my husband. He said my husband. He says it right in front of the crowd. But most of the folks and stuff in there, Ted, they ain't even concerned about his ethnicity and everything or his lifestyle or what the heck he's doing. What he has that we didn't realize, well, we realized it for a little bit for a time, but he has a track record as from being the Secretary of Transportation. And when Biden passed that big bill that he had and everything, that 1 point some trillion-dollar bill and everything, a lot of that stuff went into the transportation projects and everything. And what he personally did and stuff and everything, he changed the transportation department completely over so they can get these projects and stuff in these different communities and stuff started. One of the things that he brought up in that meeting and stuff and everything was that he they had appropriated some money to do some work in that district and stuff and everything to where he was at. And they spent something like several billion dollars, several million dollars and stuff and everything doing some work that the people needed. And he mentioned that. And he said to the audience and stuff, he said, your congressperson who we're running against spoke against the money before it was voted into being appropriated. And he voted against it. He said, but once the money came about and everything, and we brought the project here, he said he was sitting out front and everything. When I came here to your city, to your county, to your district and everything, I came here personally. You all saw me. And he was sitting up there and everything and saying, yes, we're getting this money here. But he said at the time, I didn't say, but he voted against that stuff, people. This man over here that you guys are putting in office and everything is not for you all. But when the money shows up, he shows up. And they all clapped and hollered and screamed and everything and said, now I want you guys to get out there and vote for this man over here because I can guarantee you, I know him. He is going to work for you in the Congress. Man, no people in the audience went crazy. So he's going around, man, to a lot of all these red states and stuff and everything, and having big meetings and stuff there and everything, and
Well,
trying to get,
he got street cred, bro,
yeah,
because he know how, because he had that experience working in this pretty moderate small city. What he had to do is work as his position there. I think it was the mayor,
mm-hmm,
and so he treated the Department of Transportation like he did with as mayorship.
right,
He went and helped every community, or in
and
this
and
case,
and,
every
and he
city that needed projects going to sustain these.
to get them projects started and off the ground, and he eliminated a lot of red tape because most of the projects and stuff, once you approve them and everything, they take 3 or 4 years before they actually
You
get the money.
know, here's the thing, though, bro. There's a lot of, and I'm gonna put this in air quotes, so-called macho men. Now, it ain't got nothing to do with religion or whatever. If a person, lifestyle is the lifestyle, you may not agree with it, but if a person is a decent person and smart, I don't have no problem with it. That's just my personal opinion. I don't have any problem with it. However, I don't particularly care for that lifestyle, bro. But whatever. But that's them. Politics or political things are different. Now the thing is what people are afraid of is that he would go uh, overboard with that lifestyle, and then we already know that the richest group of people in America are gay people. I'm gonna say it again. The richest segment in this country are gay people. They run a whole lot of stuff, bro. They run the Hollywood scene. They run a lot of these undercover gay people. I'm telling you, we are inundated with female gays, homosexuals, and males in this country. That's the lifestyle they want to live. This is the reason why you have what they call themselves the Christian nationalists. But a lot of them are gay.
Mm-hmm. And they're hiding it. They're in the
And
closet.
they're hiding it. because that was proven when they had that GOP in Milwaukee. We heard the rumors. We read the articles. They was calling gay prostitutes up all day long. And so it's a strange thing because straight people ain't into that, and you ain't hanging around people like that. You don't know what's going on. You just hear the rumors, and that's all you're gonna hear is rumors because you ain't involved in that. You ain't left up into that. So it's hard for straight people to even identify with it because we don't know what's going on up in those hotels and all that. All I know from my experience working in a hotel, where I used to be a night auditor 30 years ago, I'm telling you, bro, there's some crazy stuff be going on in those hotels. People be coming up in there, and I'm talking about female and male. I don't understand it, but that's their lifestyle. I guess sex is whatever they like to do. But what I'm saying is, bro, that's something that the Bible have come against. At least I should say, Paul came against. So, but we live in a free world. We live in a free country, I should say. And so the people, when they allow marriage for people and everything, and that's their business. That's their lifestyle. That's what they want. They want, men and men and women, and a lot of so-called Christians and some people that are very serious about it. They don't like it. They're not going to respect those people. Now he's a very smart, intelligent person. A lot of people, have accepted their lifestyle. The fact is that to say that he would never get elected, I don't know, or someone like him. But like I said, a lot of straight people are apprehensive about it, especially these alpha males. So it would be really different. But he got just a better chance as anybody else because you're talking about 25 million strong in this country, if not more. If not more, yeah. And then we don't even talk about all over the world.
Well,
See,
we we
we heterosexual, so
we
therefore we don't even associate ourselves with homosexual people. Now we might have worked around them. I know I have. We might have, you know, whatever. But the bottom line is, we don't know. That's a whole different world. It's a different world here, and that's something that is going to come to the table if he become a serious contender.
absolutely, and that's what's been going through my mind and stuff. How is he going to traverse that and to get people to understand to look beyond his lifestyle and everything and look to what he can do positively for the country. How did he traverse that?
Smart dude, and he can do a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah, I can believe that, but can he traverse that in it? Because and when people walk into that booth and everything, are they going to look at his lifestyle or are they going to look at what he can do? I'm going to look at what the heck he can do because I believe that he does a pretty good job and stuff of separating his lifestyle between being a business person. being somebody who can get things done. And he's so far from what I've seen and stuff, he's done a pretty good job at doing that. And
Smart
a
guy,
lot,
man.
yeah, and a
Smart
lot
guy.
of people and stuff out there and stuff, even when in 2024 and stuff, they were thinking that he might be a good candidate and stuff and everything to run. So I don't know. But they were at all a or a vice presidential pick, and that because of his lifestyle and everything, they most of them just put him by the wayside.
Yeah.
But yeah, but how else? That's what I'm wondering. How is he going to traverse that and everything? That would be in my mind, and I know that he's probably thinking about the same thing too. That
Well, think
people
about this, Ed. You said that Democrats is a big party.
they are.
Now, under that tent, and you said it the other day, there are probably literally hundreds of different tents under that party.
They are.
And the gay acceptance is under that tent, as
Uh,
well as
that's that's part of the platform, but is the platform being put out there because they have LGBTQ people and stuff there who have joined that group, and is the Democratic Party really serious about that? I don't know. They can, you can make your voice say anything, but what's in the back of your mind, I don't know.
well,
I'm
it's just
just,
the same as these people. And I'm not saying I'm claiming it, but there's a lot of people that's claiming that uh, the Socialist Party in the Democrat tent is
yeah,
very strong now.
yeah. Well, that you can see that in New York, and now the Republicans are starting right now to denigrate them as communism and fascism or whatever and everything because they are gathering a lot of power, and it's we're going to have one hell of a midterm, Ted. I can see it coming, man. As the days go by, and it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter between the time of that midterm election, man. It is going to be a mess out there,
Yeah,
and
because when you look at it, Ed, you got the religious people, you got the there's all kind of stuff that's going on that America is want to be totally free. You know, you got these people that want drugs legal, not just marijuana. They want all the drugs free, and there's people that's lobbying for that. There's people that's it's all kind of stuff that's going on that we are in a different light now. You know that and I'm not saying that it's a good one or a bad one or whatever, but that husband and wife and two kids, that's a pie in the sky. That's the image that they tried to make everybody have. But then now we're breaking off from that because you got these younger generations now, man.
I think my friend and stuff has gone on, people, but the show has been very, very, very good today. I mean, absolutely good. Uh, Ted has had some electrical problem there at his place where he is at in Tampa, Florida. So I think probably their power had went back off again because he before we got on and stuff, he said the power had went out and stuff, and he was having a hard time. So anyway, it is time for us to end the show anyway, and I hope you guys and stuff enjoyed what we have been talking about today. It is like, and I'm repeating again what I said in my final word that we're going to have one hell of a primary election and midterm election this year. So, people, one thing that you guys need to know, you got to vote no matter what. Get out there and vote. Don't let these people take your power away from you. And your power is voting. Voting is the most important thing that you can do right now, and that should be on your watchword. And I also want to tell some of you folks out there who are having a hard time with financial problems that are going on, and you sitting around there and you're looking desperate about some things. I've been going through some stuff like everybody else has. You know, we got stuff going on out there, and now that these folks and stuff have cut out programs, they cut out this, they cut out that. They hurt all of us. You're not the only ones that have been hurt. I'm being hurt. I know my friend that just got off. He's been hurt and everything. So we struggling and stuff out there, but we're gonna make it. And just realize and stuff, folks. Don't let a problem and stuff fester and stuff for you. You know, there are people out there who can help you. Call up your credit card company, call up your mortgage company, call up your financial company who's ever dealing with you and everything, and let them know that you are having a problem. And you got to deal with it before it gets to the point to where you get thrown out or they just uh, do some bad things and stuff for you, because these companies out there who are in charge and control of the money, they know that there are people out there having a hard time. So you guys take care of your financials and stuff and everything. Do something. Be proactive about it. So that's my final word for today. And you guys have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. And I hope my old buddy Harvey and stuff gets his power and stuff taken care of, and that he'll be on tomorrow with us on Saturday. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.